Well, that was actually an extraordinary year, 2024, Olympic year, of course, but other events that we went through. Actually, we had also the extraordinary 80th birthday of the D-Day on Normandy beaches. We spent a few days over there, and that was really absolutely something to remember of. And of course, we ended the year with reopening of Notre Dame, which was something also to be lived only once in a lifetime, I believe. You've seen especially the beautiful 1 kilo gold coin, Notre Dame. We have one on the booth, so don't hesitate to come to see it. It's really something that you need to see. You could even buy it if you want. We have a few of them left, so please do not hesitate. The year was also extraordinary for the company, with top record figures in terms of turnover. That is certainly the best year ever for Monnaie de Paris in terms of turnover and in terms of probably results. We minted last year 1.6 billion coin, circulating and collector coins. And actually this is an increase of 20% compared to 2023. Same thing for the sales. The sales will be more than 190 million euros, and that will be also an increase of 20% compared to 2023. And we are very happy to have a lot of people in our Parisian site along River Seine, just in front of the Louvre Museum. 170,000 visitors. This is also a record. We've never had so many visitors, of course, because of Olympics, but also because of other very nice exhibitions we held there. So a year to remember, a year to celebrate, and now a year to make again in 2025. Please welcome to our staff here, and you can give them a good round of applause. Huh?
Thank you, President, and hello, everyone. I'm very pleased to be here today. We had the chance with Joaquin, our President, and Julien to display the 2024 program last year, to show you the program. We finished the year on historical numbers, as our President just showed you. I'm pleased to be here with our General Engraver, Joaquin Jimenez, and Julien Sabouret, who's been working on what you will see as a preview for 2025 of the program, especially one of the programs he's very keen on. So the first big program is Building on Sport again for 2025. We're coming out of a year in 2024 of sport. It's been an Olympic year, which represented half, roughly, the business of our collector coins. 2025 is going to be a nice celebration of the 50th anniversary of the arrival of Tour de France on the Champs-Élysées. So it's going to be coming 100 days before the start of the Tour de France with the first coins, and then we will celebrate in July this very popular event. It's the third globally viewed sport event from America to Asia, so it's a very popular event displaying the French geographies and culture. So Joaquin, would you tell me and tell us how you decided to work and what pleased you working on this collection?
Alors, si vous le permettez, je parlerai en français.
So I'm going to speak in French.
Mon président m'a dit que je pouvais avoir un traducteur, donc j'en profite.
The president allowed me to have a translator, so I take advantage of it.
Donc pour cet événement, le Tour de France, qui est un événement international, bien entendu, c'est aussi un événement extrêmement important pour les Français.
So the Tour de France is very important worldwide, but also very important domestically for the French people.
Qui suivent ce tour non seulement à la télévision, mais sur les routes.
They are all watching it on TV, but also alongside all the roads of France.
Donc cette pièce évidemment montre, c'est l'anniversaire évidemment de la première arrivée sur les Champs-Élysées. Donc il y aura évidemment l'Arc de Triomphe, et puis des cyclistes, ça c'est pas une originalité en soi.
So the coin will, of course, as it is the 50th anniversary of the arrival on the Champs-Élysées, it will of course display some cyclists arriving on the Champs-Élysées.
Mais c'est toujours un grand plaisir de célébrer ces événements autour desquels les Français, autour des routes, viennent pique-niquer, faire du barbecue, manger des andouillettes, encore une spécialité française, mais c'est un événement national.
Always a pleasure for me to celebrate such a national event, an event gathering all the French, being on TV or being alongside the roads, doing some barbecue with sausages and chitterling sausage, which is also a nice French specialty.
Okay, well, thank you, Joaquin.
You're welcome.
Another important collection, probably in terms of business, the most important collection, it's the Gold of France. It's a collection which started 2 years ago, highlighting the French iconic coins. So starting with the Napoleon, which was the first coin we actually launched in 2023, followed by the Louis, another very iconic coin, and we're ending this collection starting actually literally now with the franc à cheval, which is another historical coin created on the 14th century. So what inspired you, Joaquin, when you drew this collection and this Gold of France collection, which is ending in 2025?
Refaire cette collection était une relecture de pièces historiques.
Working on this collection was really an introspection in the historical collections we have at Monnaie de Paris.
Et comment faire quelque chose d'original sans reprendre évidemment en reprenant les codes mais sans les copier intégralement. J'ai eu l'idée d'associer le revers et l'avers.
So the idea was of course to pay a tribute, but really not to copy and to have something original and at the same time paying tribute. So that's why I had the idea of mixing obverse and reverse on the same side of the coin.
On trouve évidemment une interprétation de ce revers. Ce revers n'est pas à l'identique, mais une réinterprétation contemporaine de ces signes. Et sur la dernière, vous pouvez constater qu'il y a aussi le cavalier, le fameux franc à cheval. Ça n'est pas un cow-boy, mais c'est un chevalier de l'époque, évidemment. Traité évidemment dans son originalité, hein, vraiment.
So on each of the obverses, you can see that we mixed some kind of classical engraving, but also modern style engraving, and the main character of the franc à cheval is John II the Good, which is of course not a cowboy, but the king and knight, the first knight of France.
Thank you. Well, thank you, Julien and Joaquin. So the franc à cheval is going to be one of the big pieces of 2025. Now, still talking about culture, French culture, and one of the most famous museum in the world. It's actually the most visited museum in the world, close to 9 million visitors, le Louvre. So we are going to highlight this museum, which actually is making the news this week because of the French president announced that the Louvre will be actually refurnished completely and the Joconde will change the room. So there is some news about the Louvre, and we decided to launch this very nice €2 collection as we speak now in exclusivity on our booth if you want to see it, and commercially in March. So Joaquin, what inspired you drawing this masterpiece of our French culture?
Pour faire cette pièce, il fallait parler de toutes les époques du Louvre, du départ, évidemment des lieux de résidence des rois. Ça n'a pas toujours été un musée, donc il s'agissait d'en parler.
So to display the Louvre, it has to be sort of conjunction of all the eras of the Louvre, because the Louvre is today very well known for being a museum, but it has not always been a museum. It was first a residence of the French kings.
C'est la raison pour laquelle vous pouvez trouver en relecture dans les couches successives, évidemment la pyramide de Paye en graphisme et qui anime dynamiquement le fond. Première chose.
That's why you have a first conjunction with the facade of the king's residence, the eastern facade, and then in the background you have also a graphic animation combining this facade with the pyramid of Paye, which is from the 80s.
le plan, au second plan, qui est finalement qui structure cette pièce, et puis au premier plan, la façade historique est, la façade de Louis XIV.
So this makes an addition of 3 arrows, the pyramid in the background, the facade in the foreground, and in the middle, the plan, which is the iconic plan of the visitor when coming to the Louvre.
Alors pour nous, c'est important de célébrer ce lieu, parce que tous les Français l'adorent, mais aussi les étrangers viennent souvent, en balade romantique, venir tout de suite au Louvre.
When you come to Paris, it's always a pleasure, being French or not, to come to the Louvre for a romantic trip around Paris. I mean, when you come to Paris, you cannot miss the Louvre.
Thank you, Joaquin and Julien. So next we're going to change completely topics. So we're going to move back to something which is being part of the successes of Monnaie de Paris, which is working on some famous characters, and we're going to celebrate the 90th anniversary of DC Comics, which is one of the major license on sci-fi in the world, starting off with comic books in 1935, and now we all know the Superman, the Batman, and the Wonder Woman of this world, and so it's a completely different area of work we do. We recruit new users, new coin collectors with these series, and it's always a pleasure, I guess, Joaquin, to work on such trendy characters.
Pour moi, ça a aussi été un plaisir, parce que c'est un retour dans le passé. Si j'aime dessiner et si j'aime faire ce métier, je le dois aussi, dans ma prime jeunesse, à mon coiffeur, figurez-vous. Mon coiffeur qui avait des piles de Marvel, de choses comme ça, et je feuilletais, en attendant de me faire couper les cheveux, je feuilletais, j'admirais ses dessins.
I have to confess, let's say, kind of start of my career started at my hairdresser. When I was a small boy, I was regularly going to the hairdresser, and he had plenty of comic books, piles of comic books around his hairdress shop, and I was very much inspired by reading all these comics when I was a little boy.
Et la qualité des dessins des dessinateurs américains, ça a été une inspiration. Même aux Beaux-Arts, on étudiait l'anatomie sur ces dessins.
And the quality of the designers of that time was already amazing and a great inspiration, even when I studied at the School for Fine Arts.
Donc ça a été un grand plaisir pour moi.
And if you visit one of our meeting rooms, the Monnaie de Paris has a real Superman to show you. So if you come by, you can be able to see Superman. So
It's not me.
it's another Superman then. Okay, thank you, Joaquin. Thank you, Julien. So next is going to be a collection which we started to launch in 2024, which is the Astro Collection, Zodiac Signs. And we're celebrating them through a very colorful collection. These are the packaging. And the new news for 2025 is going to be that we launch, on top of the silver €5 range, a new gold coin, which is going to come at the end of the year. So you see here the RES, and there's going to be the other 11 signs that you will be able to buy in this new collection. So, any inspiration on Astro? Or?
Astrologique. C'est tout. L'inspiration, elle est. Je pensais pas qu'un jour j'allais faire, nous allions faire l'équipe une collection sur l'astrologie. J'y avais même pas pensé, et finalement ça nous touche tous, puisque c'est lié à nos dates de naissance. J'ai trouvé ça une idée très forte et inspirante, et voilà, ça a donné lieu à cette collection.
Well, I could say the first inspiration was in astrology itself, but indeed I was not wondering one day we would do such a collection on astrology. It's in the end it touches us all because we are kind of all concerned. So that's also a good part of the inspiration.
Thank you. So next, we're going to change topics. Again, as you saw, we had in 2024 the D-Day, we have in 2025 the V-Day, Victory in Europe. And that's going to be celebrating the end of World War II and all the celebrations. So And the idea was to actually build on 2024 collection of D-Day and keep that collection and work on that collection. So I don't know, Joaquin, if you want to say something about it or you think about somebody else maybe?
Yeah. Cette série a été dirigée par Julien Sabouret, ici présent, qui est un spécialiste des reconstitutions et de ces époques-là. Donc finalement, je n'ai pas eu grand-chose à faire sinon de suivre ces indications parce que je ne connais pas vraiment tous les uniformes, etc. Lui le sait, donc j'étais très attentif à ce qu'il me disait. On a fait attention aussi à la composition, mais on lui doit cette série.
So Joaquin is saying that he followed kind of my instructions on this collection because I'm a specialist of World War II uniforms doing reenactments. So as you must imagine, I was also myself very much involved in the D-Day tour we did with the company last year. So yeah, it was very inspiring for me, and I tried to communicate my inspiration to the team working on this collection. And we started in 2024 with the D-Day, and we wanted to follow the fate, the destiny of the 4 Allied soldiers we chose in 2024, and to follow them until May 2025. And that's quite a funny thing because the 4 of them were in Normandy, and now they are spread all over the world, one being in Germany, one in the Netherlands, one in Czechoslovakia, and one in Singapore, so that's funny. Yeah, so we followed these four guys, which are a mix of real soldiers that existed 8 years ago, and a mix of first name that could be inspiring: Fred, James, Richard, and Leon.
Thanks, Julien. So, as you can see, the passion is here to actually design the collection. Thank you. Now, changing, well, starting with a new collection featuring an iconic car, which is a French brand called DS, which is reborn 10 years ago. And that actually brand DS was launched in 1955. And this car that you see here has been a truly avant-garde car in terms of innovations. And it has been the car of 2 presidents, so Mr. Charles de Gaulle and Mr. Pompidou. So a very famous car which has a lot of supporters and is subject to a lot of collections. So, Joaquin, I guess you were inspired by this
Yes, absolutely.
work.
Je suis un passionné des autos anciennes aussi, et je me rappelle aussi dans ma jeunesse, ces autos étaient extraordinaires. Elle est je dirais parangon ou un extrait extraordinaire de concentré des savoir-faire français et du design à l'époque.
I am myself very keen on old-timer cars, and I must say this inspired me a lot because I remember the cars of that era, and this DS car is really a gathering, a concentration of all the features of the era of its launching.
Alors pour créer cette pièce, il a fallu trouver des idées aussi innovantes, ou essayer en tout cas, que cette automobile. Donc j'y ai travaillé avec beaucoup de cœur. On ne la verra pas là, je suppose.
Non.
Voilà, ce sera une surprise, mais ce sera
some,
assez extraordinaire.
One of the gold coin.
Voilà.
So as we do on many collections, we want to have kind of a parallel of what we are celebrating. So I put my heart on this coin to have a good parallel in terms of innovation on the coin as it was when the proper car was launched.
Alors j'ai une anecdote sur cette automobile. Dans le Tour de France que j'évoquais tout à l'heure, vous pouviez partir avec vos parents, y aller avec la DS, manger évidemment les andouillettes qui étaient grillées sur le bord, mais il fallait pas parce que derrière vous mettiez en passager dans cette voiture, c'était l'horreur. On pouvait
Malade.
So there is even a connection with the DS car and the Tour de France. You could go and see the Tour de France alongside the roads, going with the family with this car. But as you may know, when you were sitting at the back of this car, it was not very comfortable. So you should not eat too much chitterling sausage before taking the car.
Of course. So, and you see here, that's one of the coins, which is the gold one, which has a gold deposit and a rhodium deposit. So it's technologically a very nice one. And if you come on our booth, you will, which is the before, by the way. So I saw Tom was sharing the
It's
Canadian
before,
one,
but
so
you should come after.
you should come after the media forum. You can also see there is a very nice shape coin where you see the shape of the car within the coin. So it's a true innovation. I want to thank the team that has worked on it. I see Sébastien from our team, so thank you for working on that. And the last collection part of the program is the tribute to UNESCO site, which we do. UNESCO is a traditional topic and theme that we keep on our programs, and in 2025 we are going to pay tribute to 3 major monuments of the World Heritage, and the 3 of them are really icons to human resilience. So the first one obviously is Notre Dame, which has gone through a terrible fire and has been rebuilt in 5 years, which everyone thought would be impossible. And that was made possible thanks to, I think, the willingness of the entire French population, and obviously all the men and women who have worked on the rebuilding. The second monument is the Colosseum, which was built right after Jesus Christ on a burnt field in Roma, and has been subject to 7, 8, or 9 earthquakes, and is still existing with millions of visitors visiting the Colosseum. And the third is the Shuri Castle in Japan, which is also a castle that has been rebuilt after a terrible fire. So we pay tribute to these 3 monuments as a classical, I would say, and traditional theme that we keep on year after year, and that always find a lot of collectors. So Joaquin, you want to say something? Or?
Là, c'est très simple, c'est facile pour l'équipe des graveurs de travailler sur le patrimoine mondial. C'est suffisamment chargé, il y a suffisamment d'inspiration pour que la sculpture parle d'elle-même, c'est tout à fait simple.
I must say the World Heritage is an inspiration itself, so it's so rich in architecture that it's almost easy to be inspired by that.
Oui.
So 2025 is an ambitious and promising coin program for us. We're coming out of an historical year, as we presented in 2024, and we really want to do that again in 2025. So a very ambitious program, more than 230 collector coin in the program, which is one of the biggest number with 2024 that we've developed. It's even higher than 2024, and 31 series or themes of coin. You've only seen here 8 of them, but we're going to have 31 series or themes. So it's a major program. I want to thank to have built this program, obviously, the team here, the marketing team, so Magali and Emily, who are present here, that have worked with the management to work on these programs, and I want to thank also Claudie, who's our head of communication, for putting together this very nice presentation. We hope you like the program. We invite you to come to our booth before to actually see these coins and talk to our teams to see these coins. And I want to thank our friend Joaquin to share with me this presentation, and Julien. Thank you very much.
Et moi, je voudrais dire un mot. Je voudrais féliciter, parce que je ne sais pas s'il y a beaucoup de graveurs ou de graveuses dans la salle. Moi, j'en vois une, ici, devant moi. Et je suis le graveur général de la Monnaie de Paris, et au nom de tous les graveurs aussi de la Monnaie que je connais, je voudrais, Chiara, te féliciter personnellement pour ton travail. C'est magnifique ce que tu as fait. Bravo.
So, Joaquin said that he was very happy to be a chief engraver, but he's a man engraver, and then there is one lady engraver here in the room, and he wanted to congratulate her. So, to finish his presentation, thank you very much to the whole team. Nicolas mentioned the ladies who are sitting here, the 3 ladies. I can tell you something. Next year, the ladies will be on stage, and the men will be in the room. Absolutely. So thank you very much for this kind presentation and this great work.
Thank you very much. Just stay for, maybe there are more questions from the audience. I do have one. You have, as you said, a very ambitious program for this year. And I thought it was ambitious last year when I saw your collection last year. So who comes up with all the different motives and ideas? When do you all sit together, or is it in order? Where do they come from?
It's quite easy. I do all the work.
So, okay, I get it.
You have another question? Or? No, actually, it's a long process. I'd say it's a 3-year process. We sort of discuss everything that could be done. We look at what's going on 2 or 3 years ahead, like anniversaries, important moment of the year, things we have to commemorate. And we held brainstorming sessions. Mm-hmm. We have maybe 3 or 4 brainstorming sessions along the year with the marketing team, with the engraving team, and then the salespeople, of course, because they have to tell us what they think about the sales potential of each subject. And then we come up with those ideas. And also we ask to Mr. Joaquin Jimenez, hairdresser, what he thinks about the collection. Usually it works well. C'est ton coiffeur. Voilà, on lui demande son avis, quoi.
Are there any more questions? Yes, there are. There is a microphone that Martina is going to hand to you.
Yes. Yeah, thank you guys for your presentation. It was very interesting. I'm Anna Aznaur, Swiss journalist from Geneva. My question is about your collection, Astro collection. Is it 1 gold coin per year, or you already have the 12 gold coin for
yes.
225?
Yes, we're
Thank
going to
you.
have the 12 gold coin for the 12 signs at the end of 2025. So it's going to be 12 gold coins, yes.
For this year?
Yes.
Yeah. The thing is, this is one collection that we are going to do every year. This is something we noticed a few years ago when we discussed about that, doing some benchmarking among our colleagues. I see Tom is here for the Royal Canadian Mint. Other mints have these ongoing collections. Every year they do the same. And we didn't have that in our own collection. So we thought that might be a good idea. And this Astro collection is the first of it. It's a €5 coin, which is a first for us. So something that is easy to buy. And also we noticed that, and that's very interesting, a bit of surprising, people buy the coin of their months, of their zodiacal sign, on the months they were born. So actually it sort of is a rolling collection. Every month you have new buyers who come to buy those coins for making presents or for buying for themselves. Mm-hmm. So far it's a hit so far. Yes. Very good success. Yes. You see, the issue is after you have such an intense year as the Olympic years, you have to come up with new ideas.
Thank you so much.